another Leetcode challenge. Today it's Leetcode 2559, count vowel strings in ranges. So this is a medium question. It says you're given a zero indexed array of strings words and a 2D array of integers queries. And it says in each query there's a left index and there's a right index. And it says it asks us to find the number of strings present in the range L to R, both inclusive of words. So something like this, for example, this is an L to R. Something like this. So it's a range in words, right? Because I misunderstood it at the first attempt. That start and end with a vowel. So in a range like this, it asks us, okay, how many strings start and end with a vowel? We have AA, we have ECE here, so 2. Return an array answer of size queries.length, where answers I is the answer to the ith query, and the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, right? So the naive approach in a question like this is to just go through every query, and for every query, go through all the words in the range of that query. So you would see query 0 of 2, so you would loop from index 0 to index 2, calculate the number of the number of words that start and end with vowels, and then go 1 and 4, and then go 1 and 1. But if you notice here the repeated work, so if we go through 1 and 4, we are going to iterate over the 1 and the 2 again when we did that here already. So since we have the value of this, is there a way to somehow reuse it or not have to iterate several times over the same number over and over again, right? And my current implementation does that. So first things first, I start off just defining the set of vowels because I'm checking against it later. So it can be O of 1 lookup time. And I'm going to initialize 2 variables. The first variable is like the total vowel count. I don't know why I named it like this, but what this is literally all the words in the array that actually start and end with a vowel. These are all the words in the array, right? The current one is as we iterate over the words, I'm going to be checking one by one and incrementing as we go, right? But the total one is already calculated. It's the total for the whole array because I'm going to use it later. This is where I calculate the total vowel count for words. This is the place where I do it. I iterate over all the words and I just increment by 1. It's nothing really. It's still calculate the total vowel count. So now I have all the words in the array that actually start and end with a vowel. I have their count, right? Now, the tricky part is for every query, right? So let's say in this example, we have, let's take this one as it is, right? Let's take this one as it is here. And let's say we have 0 and 2, so 0 inclusive, right? So it takes this, and it takes this. So what does this mean? This means it's the sum of the, if we have the sum of all the array, the number of vowels, the number of words that start and end with a vowel in the whole array, and if we subtract this part, then we have this part, right? And that's what I was aiming for. So forget it being 0 and 2. What if it's 1 and 2? So what if this x isn't here, right? So then we need to subtract this part as well. So we subtract this part and we subtract this part, we get this part. Simple as that. We have the length of all of the array. So for every index in words, if I can calculate the count of the words that start and end with vowels to the right of it and to the left of it, I've solved the question. Because if we have the number of vowels to the left of this index, which is this one, we can we know that we're going to subtract it, right? And if we have the number of vowels to the right of this one, we know we're going to subtract. And that's what I aim to do in this question. So I had 2 hash maps. Let's just call them L and R, which means for every index in words, these are the number of vowels to the left, and these are the number of vowels to the right of that current index. So and I initialize the current vowel count, which is the running sum of the words that start and end with vowels. and then I add it to L of I. So that means that index has this number of words that start and end with vowel to its left, and then I increment it if it's actually like illegible, and then I actually calculate the one to the number to the right, which is equal to the total, right, minus the current sum, or the numbers to the left, basically. So that's now we have the L and the R of every single index in words, right? Always left is answering the queries. I go through every query, get the left and right, and then the result, I actually, instead of returning a new array, I just replace what's in the queries and return it. So it's just don't get confused here. So it's equal to the total minus everything on the left and everything on the right, and that's basically the answer. If we run, it submits. The time complexity is definitely O of, it's actually O of n, which is n is length of words plus length of queries as well. Yeah, that's been it for this one. Thank you, and see you in the next one.